Hey iKids! Have you ever had to wait a really long time for something? Everyone has. Maybe your parents say you have to wait to do something until you're older. Or maybe you have to wait until the weekend or wait until dinner to have dessert. There are lots of things we have to wait for and lots of reasons why we have to wait. But waiting teaches us patience and to trust God's timing. In today's story, Jacob has to wait 7 years for something, and then he has to wait 7 years again. He must have learned a lot of patience. At least while he waited, he could hold on to the promise that God made him in Genesis 28:15. Do you remember what it says? Say it with me. Genesis 28:15. And behold, I am with thee, and will keep thee in all places, whither thou goest, and will bring thee again into this land. For I will not leave thee until I have done that which I have spoken to thee of. Genesis 28:15. Now, we know what it says in Genesis chapter 28, verse 15. Let's check out Genesis chapters 29 through 31, because that is where our story about Jacob is found today. Follow along with me. We remember from last week that Esau was the oldest, and Isaac's blessing and birthright was supposed to be his. But Rebekah told Jacob to trick his father Isaac and pretend to be Esau to get Esau's birthright. This made Esau very angry, so angry that he wanted to hurt Jacob. So Isaac and Rebekah sent Jacob away from his home in Canaan to find himself a wife among his father's family and escape Esau's wrath. So Jacob left his home and traveled to the land of his uncle Laban. He came to a well where shepherds were giving water to their sheep. Do you know Laban? Jacob asked. Yes, they answered. Here comes his daughter Rachel. Rachel came to the well with more sheep, and Jacob gave them water. Jacob told Rachel that he was her relative, and Rachel ran to tell her father Laban. Laban welcomed Jacob into his house. Jacob stayed and helped him. Then Laban said, "What should I pay you for your work?" Now, Laban had 2 daughters. The oldest was named Leah, and the younger was Rachel. Jacob loved Rachel, so he said, "I will work for you 7 more years if you let me marry Rachel." Laban agreed. Jacob worked for 7 years. Then Laban had a feast, but instead of letting Jacob marry Rachel, he tricks Jacob into marrying Leah. Looks like tricksters run in the family, huh? Jacob was upset. Obviously. I mean, who wouldn't be? "Why did you trick me?" he asked Laban. Laban said, "I will let you marry Rachel too, but you must work 7 more years." Pause. If this sounds messed up to you, that's because it is. Okay, unpause. So Jacob married Rachel, and he worked for Laban 7 more years. Now Jacob had 2 wives, but he loved Rachel more than Leah. When God saw Leah was not loved, he gave her children. Rachel wanted children too. God heard her prayer, and in time, God gave her children too. In all, Jacob had 12 sons: Reuben, Simeon, Levi, Judah, Dan, Naphtali, Gad, Asher, Issachar, Zebulun, Joseph, and Benjamin. God told Jacob to go home to the land of Canaan. So Jacob took his family and everything he owned, and he headed home. But wait, what about Esau? Was he still angry at Jacob? Did Esau still want to hurt Jacob? You'll have to find that out next week. But we do know that God promised to be with Jacob always. Remember? Let's say our Bible verse again as a reminder. Genesis 28:15. And behold, I am with thee, and will keep thee in all places whither thou goest, and will bring thee again into this land. For I will not leave thee until I have done that which I have spoken to thee of. Genesis 28:15. Nothing could stop God's plan for the family of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. God loved Leah and used her in his plan. Through the family of Jacob and Leah's son Judah, God would show his love for the world by sending Jesus to be our Savior.